premium users are now going to get benefits. These benefits will be that in a server, right? In a server, if there is enough, basically every premium user will increase the chances of a dairy fruit dropping, I think. Let me just check. So basically every premium player will reduce the time it takes to get a dairy fruit, right? And reduce the time for dairy fruit to spawn, is what I'm trying to say. It will reduce the time, so let's say it's 1 to 4 hours. It'll probably reduce it if you have a fully stacked server for everybody premium. I don't know how much they'll reduce the time, but if it does, maybe a dairy fruit will spawn every hour, let's say, you know. So, but here's the deal. This is kind of problematic because if you think about it, actually it's not, but at the same time it is, because if you think about it, if a dairy fruit spawns and you have a full server of premiums, people will be fighting for the fruit, you know. If you had 20 people in a server and everybody was premium and everybody was waiting for dairy fruits, as soon as that thing spawned, let's say you're all in it together, how will you like bid for, like, are you all in a group together, like, if this fruit drops, it's mine, kind of a thing. If that is what it is, this might be the fastest way to get fruits if it works, you know. Let's say at fruit spawn every, I don't know, let's say it reduces it to a half hour, every 30 minutes a fruit spawned, you know. Let's say it reduces that amount of time. If that was what happened, then that'd be an excellent way, because you could just, you know, a couple of people, you could just AFK in a private server or a public server, and all you together could just put bids. So, you know, if Mira, you know, drops, then that's James gets it. And if, you know, if Pika drops, then Bobs get the Pika. You know, you can all put bids on it if you're all in it together. But this really depends on if it's going to be usable, only if, I'd say, you know, how much they reduce the time. If you reduce the time by a lot, if you have a fully stacked server, if everybody's premium in a fully maxed server, if that only reduces the time by like 1 hour and they still like 3 hours or 2 hours left, then it's not worth, because you could have done a dungeon in a time frame. You could have gotten a guaranteed fruit, you know, if you done it to wave 25. But so it should be around the time of a dungeon or less. Ideally less, but if it's the same time, people who don't want to do dungeons because it's exhausting or it takes energy could just replace it with this, or ship farming, you know, ship farming with krakens and stuff to get a fruit. So hopefully that is the benefit. Otherwise we just missed out on the AFKable restore race rules, because they would be kind of nice. But also I forgot to say, this was a vote, you know, the players had to vote. Either you choose for AFK world, AFK room, where you could just over time get yourself raised rules, or you could have gotten, you know, this new dairy fruit, you know, premium user lessen the time. But if the time is like very like, you know, it doesn't reduce by a lot and it's almost the same, then we just took the biggest L, because we could have gotten AFK-able race rerolls, which are, you know, good. I think they're good. You know, you could just AFK race rerolls, because a lot of people want to use them. You know, I myself, when I get a different race on my character, I want to get the mink race. So nah, you know, so if this isn't worth it, I'll be pretty, you know, frustrated. But hey man, we just have to see. Please do not mess it up. If you're gonna add it, please make it worthwhile, you know. Sometimes these developers, they make features and they add like small things to the game that are not used at all, like career racing. Who does career racing, you know? They probably spent a lot of time in career racing making that, but nobody plays it. I haven't even seen one video on career racing once in my life. Once. And there was a whole own game mode, you know, but I haven't seen one video. I haven't seen one person talking about it, except, you know, the update looks. So it's kind of crazy that, you know, so they better make it at least, you know, worth for time, you know, at least make it the same time as a dungeon, you know. So, cause it's gonna be hard to max a whole server of premium players in itself. That's gonna be difficult. So I'd say it's pretty worth, and you have people playing your game 24/7. It's gonna increase your player count, so it's kind of worth it, you know. If people are always on your game playing GPO because they're all in private servers, it's gonna just increase the player count, keep it high. And so if you make it worthwhile, you know, you're gonna have a higher player count, and people are always going to stay online AFK, you know, overnight with, you know, their premiums. And you will not all that, but they'll also get premium payouts. Think about it, they get paid a lot with premium payouts, so they make so much money just for, you know, just for maybe just all you have to do is just lower the time, like give it like every hour or every 30 minutes you get it through, like if you have a whole like server filled out, or even less if you have a whole server filled out. Come on, man. So I want to say, check the video I made yesterday, Dungeons Wave 50 thing. I forgot what it was. No, I didn't forget, but I'll make a video on the topic very soon actually, because it's very interesting, to be honest.